Yo, what is good YouTube? I'm Richie Kim, and today I'm going to be bringing you the performance review on Kawhi Leonard's first signature shoe with New Balance, the New Balance Omnis or Omnis. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I've heard it's Omnis, so that's what I'm going to go with. But yeah, this is New Balance's first basketball sneaker in a very long time, and also Kawhi Leonard's first signature shoe with the brand. So super excited to have played in these. But yeah, before we get into the review, if you all enjoy content just like this, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below. But anyways, let's get right into it. As always, starting off with the traction, the Omnis features a full herringbone traction pattern, and on this particular pair, it is a translucent rubber, and the traction on the shoe on clean courts is freaking amazing. You guys are gonna stop on a dime. No problems, traction whatsoever, at least on the clean courts. When you are playing on your dustier courts, the rubber does tend to pick up dust, so you will have to consistently wipe. If you don't wipe, you may experience some slips. I wouldn't say like huge slip ups, but you will slide a little bit, and that will get very annoying, and only gets worse if you don't wipe. But like I said, just wipe and you guys are gonna be good for a few plays, and just keep doing that and you guys will be perfectly fine playing on those dustier courts. Would I have preferred that you wouldn't have to wipe? Yeah, definitely. Maybe the solid rubber options will negate that problem, but as of right now, this is the only colorway out, and you will have to wipe on those dustier courts. Clean courts are going to be absolutely fine. Just keep that in mind about the traction. So moving on to the cushion, the New Balance Omnis features a full-length fuel cell midsole, and this is my first time playing in a New Balance basketball shoe, because I guess this is the first one in a long time. But yeah, it features fuel cell, and the fuel cell is actually really nice. On here, it is full length, pretty much exposed everywhere. On the medial side of the shoe, it is partially caged by the rubber outsole right here up in the forefoot, but honestly, you still feel it and it feels amazing. I feel like for a guard, this is probably one of the best cushion setups. It literally provides you everything that you would want. It gives you good impact protection, a decent amount of bounce, just good responsiveness, good court feel. Like, this cushion setup is honestly awesome. I wish other brands had something very similar to this. But yeah, the way New Balance implemented the fuel cell into the shoe is really nice. I could easily say that the cushion in the shoe is probably one of its best features, because the cushion is just that nice. So moving on to the materials, the Omnis features what New Balance is calling a fit weave upper, and I believe that's just honestly a textile, and it feels pretty good. Up in the forefoot area in the toe box, you do have like this rubbery material that's like coating some of the fit weave or whatever textile that they're using on the shoe. It does give the material a little bit of rigidity and structure, which is awesome because that's going to add durability to the shoe. And it doesn't compromise anything like fit wise or like just material wise in general. So I really enjoyed the materials on the shoe. Up in the toe box area around here, like on the medial side of the toe box, it is more of that rubbery material just for that added durability. It kind of acts like, a fuse layer that other brands would normally use in that area. And as you move towards the back of the shoe, you do have like this exposed like mesh material and this hit of synthetic leather around where your ankle is, which is just a nice premium touch. Another thing to note is where the tongue would be, at least where a normal tongue would sit. This is a one booty upper, so it doesn't actually have a tongue, but it is like this open knit, and it's really nice, very stretchy, allows you to slide your foot in and out very easily without too much hassle. And yeah, that also feels great on foot. I personally really enjoy the materials on the Omnis. Moving on to the fit, I would say going down a half size is the way to go. I went down a half size because I had heard from, I believe it was Nightwing, who said that the shoe ran long. So I went down a half size, and I'm really glad I did, because you're definitely gonna need to. For those of you that are wide footers or slightly wide footers, you may want to go up a half size, or even just like try out their wide version of the shoe. So if you guys do order from newbalance.com, they have a standard version and a wide version. Me being a slightly wide footer, I would say I was pretty good in this shoe. It is a little bit narrow up in the forefoot area, being a slightly wide footer, and you do notice it. There's a little bit of pressure, especially around the pinky toe area of your foot, but it kind of goes away because you get used to it, and also the materials do stretch out just a little bit just to make it a little bit more comfortable. But if you guys are like hella wide footers or just wide footers, I would suggest probably going down a half size and getting the wide option from New Balance themselves. I'm not 100% sure like how wide their wide option is, but I'm sure it's gonna cater to you guys just fine, because you know, why else would they make that option in the first place? Outside of that, I didn't have like any dead space up in the toe box area, which is awesome. The overall like one booty upper of the shoe just hugs my foot really nicely. And yeah, you know, I really enjoyed the fit on the Omnis. Like, it was really nice. Moving on to the support, I'd say this is where the shoe just lacks a little bit. Up in the forefoot area, you know, lateral containment wise, I did feel my foot sliding over the footbed at times, but not by much. It was just very minimal sliding over the footbed, but it did happen and you can feel it. And you know, it can get a little worrisome at times just because of how much torque you're putting into the shoe at that moment. But yeah, that's just one thing to know. And you know, moving towards the heel, I didn't have any heel slippage, which was nice. And I also feel like the ankle support in the shoe is gonna be just fine, just because you know, this is a mid-high top shoe, and you do have this nice piece of synthetic leather wrapping around just for that added protection. As far as torsional rigidity and stability goes, this does have some sort of like midfoot shank running through. It kind of reminds me of like a chicken foot or something, or maybe it's supposed to be like a claw because it's Kawhi Leonard. I'm not really sure, but it is there, so you guys are covered on that ground as well. Just note that, you know, the only like support issue I really had was in the forefoot. At times I feel like my forefoot is sliding over the footbed just a little bit, but that didn't happen that often, so yeah. So the Omnis retails for $140, and you know, for 140 bucks, I would definitely say that, you know, this is a great performer. Like, the only gripe I really had was, you know, you do have to wipe on dustier courts, which is honestly pretty normal nowadays for basketball shoes, and the slight rolling over on the footbed. But like I said, that rarely happened, and when it did, you know, it's very minimal. So yeah, you know, I would highly recommend picking up a pair of these. I think New Balance and Kawhi Leonard just knocked it out of the park with their first signature basketball shoe, and their first basketball shoe in a really long time. You know, they've been out of the game for years and they came back with a banger, and this is a overall really great performer. So if you all were interested in picking up a pair, I would highly recommend doing so. I don't think you guys will be disappointed. That's pretty much it for this performance review. If you all like this video, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below, and also smash that thumbs up button for me, as it really does help me out. While you guys are at it, check out this video on my left and on my right, and that's pretty much it. Until next time, peace.